Morning. It's June 23rd, Thursday morning, about 10:30, and I am here at the Pacific Ocean, as I have been for days now. But I am now at the little town of Oceanside, Oregon. I camped last night at a place called Wayland County Park, which was my first experience with a county park. I had never crossed one of those before, state parks and national parks, of course, and private places, but a county park was different. So that's what I did. It wasn't too terribly far from the ocean or from here. I've been riding. I got on old Zeke about 8 o'clock, and we headed out. And like I said, it's only about 10:30 now, and I've already eaten breakfast. Let me turn this around. I'll show you here. So anyhow, the beach, and then there, the hillside, is the town of Oceanside. And right up here in the hillside, there's a little diner, a little restaurant called Blue Agate, and had a delicious egg scramble with shrimp and crab meat in it. And a real nice woman owns the place, named Kathy, who actually used to live in Ohio. She lived in the Worcester area, Canton, and she's been in this area for 10 years. And her and her family run the place. She's got 2 boys in there cooking who are twins, and she's got a daughter-in-law working there, and then she's got another daughter-in-law coming from the Philippines that's going to be working there as well. And I think the daughter-in-law that's in there now, I would assume she's probably Filipino. But anyhow, great food, and great to meet Kathy. She's got a really nice restaurant there. What a view too! Again, up on that hillside, I could see down here, and probably one of the best views I've ever had at a restaurant. And delicious food, so it does not get better than that. So yeah, that said, yesterday I did not do a video yesterday evening. When I rolled in, probably it was after 8, maybe even closer to 9. My phone was completely dead, so no video to talk about yesterday's ride. So yeah, another amazing ride, 176.7 miles, so almost 177 miles. And how many going? So almost, like I said, 177 miles. And I just made stop after stop at all these beautiful locations along the coast here, heading north off of 101. Which I talked about that some yesterday. I'm still going to have to show the map that this Oregon coast, I think you could spend a month traveling up or down and seeing all these sites, all these coves and capes and scenic overlooks and stuff. It's just one after another. It could not be better. One that I stopped at yesterday evening, one of the lighthouse, I think it's called Yaquina Head Lighthouse. Even up on 101, the sign pointing over to it, like they had like the typical brown metal state sign. It was actually a BLM area, which was cool about that too. My national park annual pass worked on that. It works on for any federal parks as far as paying for day use areas. So I got up in there and didn't have to pay. But that said, yeah, the sign up on the road said Yaquina Head, an outstanding natural area. And I just thought that was an amazing sign that kind of says it all for this whole Oregon coastline. And again, down to Northern California there to Crescent City and all that. It's all astounding natural areas. Clearly I cannot say enough good about it. I try to, again, come up with these words to describe it, but you can't. You really have to experience. And I'd like to think, God willing, one of these days I'll get Lori Ann out here, and maybe even my folks. Which, they would really enjoy it too. So let's see, what else? I met some people yesterday. They're at my first stop of the day. They're at the coffee shop, the River, what was it? Not Riverfront, but River something Coffee. They're in Florence. Where I spent a couple hours, just talked to some nice folks, an older couple that was riding their tandem bike that even had their little poodle with them, and they have ridden done a ton of riding. It sounds like they've even ridden in the Netherlands, across Italy, into sound like they're doing it in style and luxury too. They've mentioned about all the fine dining and fine wine and all that, like at night. You know, you pedal hard during the day and then guess you treat yourself at night, which sounds like an amazing way to do it. But still, on the same token, I don't know that they're having any more fun than me eating my bag of chips for dinner and enjoying these places too. You know, it's just all part of the experience, and whatever way that gets you out there, and whatever form you do it. But yeah, they were a nice couple. Unfortunately, I did not get their names. Then I ended up talking to a woman named Mary, who's a local, and she was cool. She was interesting. She's lived in the area for, well, I almost think maybe her whole life, and her sons and all that are in the area and run a business, an ATV shop. So yeah, it was cool talking to Mary, and she had her golden doodle, Goldie, with her, and just a super sweet dog, and it was great to meet you there, Mary, and enjoy talking to you. I wish you the best. And then let's see. From that area, I rode back just a few miles and hit the South Jetty, they call it, just outside of Florence, where it's part of the Oregon Dunes National Recreation Area. So I got to see some of the dunes and get sand blasted in the face with a bunch of sand because, again, day in and day out here is high winds. Today, not as much as of yet, but it's yet to be seen. Indoors, a bit socked in. You can see it's beautiful, sunny, which is really a blessing. But anyhow, so did the Oregon Dunes, then rolled out of there, and then another couple more lighthouses. I mentioned the one already, Queen Head, and then there was one before that, which was a wooden lighthouse. I think Oregon's only wooden lighthouse, and I forget what it was called. That's all right, just outside of town of Newport. Rode around down in Newport for just a few minutes, and then let's see. Oh, also I met a young man at a scenic overlook. He had his little boy with him, and I think his woman was back at his vehicle. But his name was Ricky, and he works for. They live in Missoula, Montana, and he works for UPS. And he does some riding himself, and Ricky was a super cool guy. It's great to meet you, Ricky. I hope you're watching, and I hope you get out there and do the adventures that you were talking about doing and all that. But yeah, he works for UPS, and again, I'm I think I mentioned before, I'm FedEx ground, so it's always drivers. We have, I don't know, something in common. Different companies, but kind of the same job. But so it's always cool to meet another delivery driver. But yeah, Ricky, neat young man, and enjoyed talking to him. And also at that same point, that overlook, got to see another well. I'm assuming it was another gray well, but it was a well either way. Which for this old boy, it is a super thrill to see. Something I just can't get enough of is the wildlife along with the scenery. And so yeah, I guess I'm just a few miles outside of Tillamook, and there is the dairy where they the cheese is even sold back home, that brand of cheese. And so the creamery, they call it, is over there, and I plan to go over there and eat some samples and check the area out and all that. So I guess for now, unless there's something in trying to cover everything for yesterday as well. I think for now I did. I've got the mentioned the people. Yeah, I guess for now that's it. But let me leave you with a little bit more of the scenery before I saddle old Zeke and roll on. I tell you, I am going to miss this 101 coastline of both Northern California there at Crescent City, and the redwoods, and all the way up through here, up through Astoria. guess God willing, probably not today, could be later today, but is where I'll be cutting inland, going up the Columbia River. But for now, I'm here at Oceanside. I am blessed to be. I just met a neat woman up in the parking lot as well, named Diane from Wisconsin. Good talking to her there for a few minutes. She even gave me her phone number, said when I come through Wisconsin, if I go through Madison, that I could reach out to her and she could give me, some tips on what to see in the area, which was really kind of her.